What's up, NASCAR Heat 2 fans? David Land here, and welcome to part 15 of the career mode. We're starting to get into the dog days of the truck series calendar. We're only 4 races away from the chase, and we're back at Michigan for the second time. Now, I'm hoping that we'll have a little bit better luck here than we did the last time. It really felt like we were crashing a lot the last time we were at Michigan. So I'm hoping to have a clean race. We can also make up some ground on our incentive contract with Ettore Racing, which we still have not even completed one segment of that yet. And once again, Michigan Speedway, a very difficult track, and one that I'm pretty sure we're going to qualify last at, but let's find out. So it was easy flat out, as it usually is at Michigan. Took all the wedge out of the truck, so this is as much speed as pretty much we're going to be able to get, and we're 2 seconds off of Brian Duzat. Wonderful. Wow, the AI really kicked it up a notch. People were yelling at me in the comments about the patch. Apparently the patch has not come out for console as of recording this video, which is on the 8th of October. So just FYI on that one. Let's get racing here at Michigan and see if we can't make some progress on that terrible, terrible qualifying. Okay, so starting at the back at Michigan. At least it's nice in the middle of the day and no orange light. We get a nice even tone for the lighting on this race. Nice Midwestern summer day. Or I guess technically Michigan's kind of the north, isn't it? But anyway, we are racing and trying to get up behind Clay Greenfield here on the first lap. And we should have a nice draft going down here into turn number 3. Fuel, we've got 8 laps of fuel, 6 laps in the stage, so pretty much we'll be pitting at the end of this first stage, I would imagine. Now what I could do is do a little bit of crappy stage strategy and come in if we're not feeling like we're threatening for stage points, come in with about 3 laps to go in the stage and get a splash and dash of fuel, and theoretically slingshot to the front of the field when everybody else pits under the stage caution. I think that's might be what I end up doing, depending on how quickly we can get up through the field here as we get in behind Corbin Forrester and work to the outside of him. May have made a mistake by giving up the bottom of the track. Well, we'll see. We'll get up behind Oh No Jennifer Joe. Almost Oh No Jennifer Joe off of Corbin Forrester there. Jennifer Joe goes to the outside, and we will hopefully complete the pass down there. Whoa, there's a little loose on the apron there. Little loose on the apron. Maybe not the best choice for me to make by going down there, but hey, we're in behind Wendell Chavis. And can we shave us off a few more positions? I think we can. But Joe Nemechek gets down there in front of me, so we'll just give him a little shot. Just a little tap. Just a little love tap. Get up behind Todd Gilliland and see if we can't work our way around the outside. Maybe, potentially, possibly. No, not going to happen. We're going to give Gilliland a shot here in turn number 3, or turn number 1. Which corner are we at again, David? No idea. Yeah, it looks definitely like we are going to be in a position where we're going to need to. So if we're coming into the pits, we should be coming in right now, I think, right? I believe it's with 2 laps to go on the stage. So we should be coming right now. We're going to come into the pits very fast. Yeah, I got a black flag. I'm pretty sure I screwed up the stage strategy. I really tried to get into the pits as quick as possible to avoid getting penalized, but I think we got penalized because the leader made it to the start-finish line before we could get there. It's only a 5-second penalty, but unfortunately, that means there goes the field as they go by, and off we go. So that was dumb. It would have been really smart if I had come in a lap earlier. but I wasn't particularly smart. But what we have done is we've put 9 laps of fuel in the tank, so theoretically we should be able to get it to the end of Stage 2 without having to pit, and I think everybody else will pit, but I don't know what that's going to do. It's probably just going to put me right at the back, so really I've gained nothing and essentially made the first stage completely pointless. They said caution for debris, which is interesting. That's interesting. So I guess the stage ends. Everybody pits. We'll get a lucky dog anyway, but we're not going to pit because there's pretty much no reason to. So we got the free pass, but we're starting at the back once again. Except for we have gained 1 position because Todd Pack was AFK. So that was stupid of me. We've got 8 laps of fuel, 7 laps to go on the stage, so we're good on that front. However, there's that nagging little thing that we are at the back again, which is going to make this an uphill battle, to say the least. So, word of advice, if you're doing stage strategy at Michigan, come into the pits sooner rather than later. Because it's just going to bite you in the end. Oh, as we bounce off the mills there, somehow did not do the pinballing thing. You know, they fixed that in this game, but I mean, you still can't just bounce off of people in between people in the wall. I mean, it's not that unrealistic. And they've done a good job of balancing that because I really should have been in the wall there, but thankfully I was just able to just save it. So we're going to bounce off the mills once again. Definition of insanity. But we actually pulled it off that time, so I guess it wasn't that insane. And now as we work around the outside, well, how many laps do we have to go? See, I almost want to do it again. Because, again, we're not going to be able to make up any track position. Yeah, we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. But this time we're going to come in on this lap to avoid the stage penalty. So we're gonna, you know, everybody always yells at me about the stage strategy. But you know what? This is gonna keep this video very entertaining because we're gonna be trying some different things, and this is certainly a different thing to try for certain. So we've got 5 laps remaining in the tank. We get into the back of Spencer Boyd, and now we are gonna work our way down into the pit lane. And pulling some more stage strategy. Are we? So into the pits we come. We're going to take 2 cans of fuel, 2 tires, and we're just going to kind of hope and pray that this works out for the final stage. So the tires are on. This is actually going to be a much faster stop than our penalty stop, so that's pretty good. And now it's going to be a fight to stay on the lead lap, which we're not going to be able to pull off, so I'm going to get out of the way of those guys. No, I'm not. I thought I had. There goes John Hunter Nemechek around. He's spinning wildly. Oh, and Austin Cindric gets into us. So we got a big crash now. What on earth was that all about? We got a truck on it. Whoa! Oh my God! Did anyone else just see? Oh, jeez, Louise! Holy smokes and all that nonsense. I don't know what I should do. Should I stay? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got 8 seconds to go here. I think I'm gonna get a wave around, regardless of what I do. So I guess we'll pit and get the wave around. Just get 4 tires, repair it. So the truck that was flying through the air, I believe, was Tommy Joe Martin's. And I don't know what Cindric was doing. I didn't. It may have been. That may have been anger. That may have been the AI going nuts. I'm not sure. It may have also possibly been the fact that I was sitting in the middle of the track. As Jennifer Jo Cobb is trying to wreck me because she's got a tire blown out. Into the wall she goes. Theoretically, that may bring out another yellow. As we've got 10 laps to go, I believe, in the race. We've only got 2 laps on fuel. So it may have been, you know, unfortunately we lost a lap, so it really doesn't matter at this point. I was going to say it would have helped us in the stages with the stage strategy, but right now that's not going to be the case because we may have to end up hitting again anyway. The one good thing is that we'll have to literally take a splash and that'll be it. Seems like my truck is fairly slow at the moment. We did kind of lose the draft when Jennifer Jo Cobb had the tire issue. And that's not going to help things as we get up in the wall. So let's see if we can get the draft going here. Try to pull around the outside. And then Duzat is just hanging tough and finally gives way on the inside. Now we'll start getting drafts. And we're going to pull down to the inside of Mills. Quite. Spencer Boyd. Got to get some track position now. I think staying in the draft for as long as we possibly can is going to be mucho beneficial to the end of this one. Because of the fact that it seems like the draft is really important here to maintain speed. So running around by yourself is not really going to create a lot of opportunities. So we're going to stretch this one at the end of this stage. I'm going to stretch it as long as I can because I don't know what fuel mileage the AI are getting versus what I'm getting. It's possible they may be able to go longer than I am or I can. So we've got 2 laps. We've got 2 laps we're going to have to make up on the fuel. And that's assuming no green light checkers. Really start to work around the outside of Ross Chastain here in behind Corbin Forrester. We'll get a bump draft going here. Try to get him around TJ Bell. Not going to happen yet. In fact, we're going to get a bit of a double draft going off into turn 3. Bell going to get to the inside. We're going to work him up the track a little bit because he was blocking just a little bit. We're going to try to slice the inside of Bell. It's gonna, again, our truck is not in the best shape aerodynamically after a few crashes, so that is not going to make things easy on me to pass Bell, which we finally accomplish. And now we're going to be looking for Todd Gilliland here, but the field again spread out here, so we're going to need some drafting help from Spencer Boyd, I believe that, or Corbin Forrester, excuse me. All these black trucks are confusing me. Oh, and that was not good. I was not able to keep the truck to the bottom. We're still seeing lots of trucks running very low at a turn 4, which makes me think they're coming into the pits, but then they aren't. As we cross the line with 6 laps to go, that means we've essentially got 4 laps on fuel to make up. And cross down right next to the white line. Again, just try to keep Forrester behind us. We're actually gaining a 10th there. But we're not really making anything up on Gilliland, which is concerning because that may mean we're in for a top 21 finish, which is no bueno. Even though we've got a truck very slow here on the inside, looks like a couple trucks are getting held up by one of the not Red Horse trucks. Wow, look at that, just lots of trucks pitting. But there was a slow truck in the middle of that. We go up into the top 8. Around Corbin Forrester now behind us. Quaffle and Nemechek are the ones just ahead of us, and we're back in 2003 once again with Nemechek and Quaffle in a NASCAR game ahead of us as we're working our way down the back straightaway. But we're able to keep away from Corbis Forrester. What am I talking about? But yeah, Corbin Forrester still just hanging out behind, not quite able to pull in. And now we should be seeing some more pit stops here from the AI. Fuel alarm on. 2 laps to go on the fuel. Forrester in the pits. So now we're going to be looking very carefully at this as we got 4 laps to go of the race, exactly when our fuel is going to run out. So when we see 1 lap, we're going to know exactly when we're going to be able to, or how far we're going to be able to make it around on our... Okay, so 1 lap of fuel now. So we're going to have to come in and get 3 laps worth of fuel for the end of this race, and we're still not past Quaffle or Nemechek, which is concerning to say the least, as we've got 1 lap to go on the fuel. So we're going to be coming in this time around. And are the AI going to pit as well? No. Nemechek and Quaffle stayed out. So, not sure what's going on there. Okay, in for half a can of fuel. This is all we need to get to the end of this race. Out we go, 3-second stop. And now, where are we going to cycle out? We're on 11th now. Regan Smith just passed, so that's for position. A few more trucks are passing. Tommy Joe Martin, Stuart Friesen. Chase Briscoe coming up, flying up. Around he goes. So we fall to 17th place, so we have gained some positions. Now we've got 3 laps remaining on the fuel, exactly what we needed to get to the end. So even when we see the alarm come on, we know we're in good shape. So depending on how many trucks actually have to pit that were behind us and also ahead of us coming to the checkers, I am encouraged by the names we're seeing ahead of us, Briscoe and Smith. They usually are running up near the front. As we've got 2 to go, 2 laps on the field, so it's going to be kind of close. I think we'll be all right. We're flying up on Quaffle. I think we should be able to pass him before the end of this race. We're definitely going to get a draft off of him. So we pull down the back straightaway, just again try to stay in his draft. That controller's not vibrating, we're in trouble. But it is. It looks like Quaffle a little bit loose on the inside. Get that draft going. Try to pull up behind Quaffle. Maybe coming to 1 lap to go this time around. And we have 1 lap on fuel. And I think we'll be all right. Again, no reason to check it at this point. It doesn't matter at this juncture. As we pull in behind Quaffle. Hopefully we can get around him by the end, but it doesn't look like we're going to have any kind of a run. As when is the fuel going to run out too? I'm kind of interested to see when this happens. There, 0 in the tank. It's not sputtering yet. Yes, we are almost out of gas. There's a truck slow on the inside, but it doesn't look like we're going to get to him. And we're going to cross the line in 17th place. Yeah, stage strategy screwed me on that one. So we finished 17th. Yeah, I mean, that's about to be expected for as bad of a race as we had. I mean, I guess it was a good recovery drive. The winner was Ben Rhodes, Ryan Truex in second, so making me look bad from a teammate perspective. Money-wise, probably not going to be amazing as usual, but we are a millionaire, so that's, nothing to complain about on that one. We'll take a look at the points here in just a second, and you can see we're 8th, but again, we've got 16 playoff points. So, again, we're pretty much good. It doesn't really matter that we're 8th, even though that would technically be the cutoff line if we were racing exclusively for the chase. But again, we've got wins and playoff points, so we're okay. So we've made some requirements, I guess, but we haven't really weren't able to quite do it the way we'd like to. However, we're heading to Bristol, which is a short track, meaning hopefully we'll have a little bit of a leg up on the AI. Real quick, though, I'm just going to check the career mode settings just to make sure we don't have, we do not have the ability to turn the yellows up yet. There's the all flags, but that's, that isn't what we're talking about. But yeah, there you go. There's all my settings if you're interested to know what they are for the career mode and what I've been running on. So here we go. Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's head there. Let's get short track racing in the truck. So here we are at Bristol Motor Speedway, ready to go racing. Of course, we won, I believe, in the Xfinity series. So we're going for 2 for 2 in our Bristol starts so far. So let's get to racing. So I took all the wedge out of the truck, but it feels super slidey. Well, I was going to say I didn't feel like we were going to have a good qualifying effort, but we put it 13th on the grid. So, hey, that's not too bad. We're very competitive here at Bristol, even though we didn't quite qualify in the top 10. That's a solid lap. If I hadn't hit the wall, I think we would have done really well, but I was not unsure of our pace. But our pace is now apparent. So let's get racing. And here we go, ready to go racing here at Bristol, again under the lights. Actually, our first time under the lights at Bristol since the Xfinity race was in the daytime. But we are racing at Bristol, underneath Young. I feel like the grip is better here at night because of the fact that it's probably, I would assume, cooler conditions at night versus the day. So the wedge, the amount of wedge that's out of the truck right now, it's really helping me out as we use up John Hunter Nemechek there. Oh yeah, I feel like the hate meters on a lot of these guys are going to be quite high for me after this race as we get absolutely all the way to the apron. But we're able to maintain positioning right now. Diving to the inside of Chase Briscoe, 3 wide between Truex, Cindric, Briscoe, all these guys side by side. A little bit of contact with Briscoe. He's probably not going to appreciate that. And underneath Cindric, who wrecked us quite comprehensively at Michigan. So Cindric clearly does not like us very much, obviously, because he was the guy who warned us at the beginning that, hey, you're making some enemies. Plot twist, he was talking about himself. Stuart Friesen running up front, which is good to see. The one Chevy truck that's actually competitive in this game, ironically. As we get down the main stretch, again, 9 laps to go on the stage. Fuel is 29 laps, so it looks like this is going to be a one-stop race. And it almost looks like Friesen's truck is like up in the air. If you look at the right rear tire, if you rewind the video and look at that right rear tire, it looks like it's up off the ground. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or just like an optical illusion or what. But anyway, we're in behind Crafton and 2 of the BKR. What am I talking about? The 2 of the Kyle Busch trucks. So we get underneath Crafton fairly easily. Well, maybe not. He works back around the outside, not quite there. So we're going to slide the truck in turn 1. And now, can we get around Noah Gragson as we work down the back straightaway? Half a second, diving to the inside. And 1 truck down, possibly Christopher Bell as well. That's a little, oh, oops. That was a little too aggressive, and poor Christopher Bell paid for it. Sorry, Christopher Bell, that was my bad. I'm sure he will appreciate, or not appreciate that apology, but, you know. All right, so to the lead we go. 5 laps to go on the stage, and we're looking good for some playoff points here at the Bristol race. I forgot to read what this race is actually called. There was a logo, it had flames on it, but that was it. As we are coming up to lap traffic, so we'll see if in 4 laps we actually catch the back of the field. Of course, it'll kind of be all for naught if we catch just Duzat here, because that'll just put him right back on the lead lap as soon as we get back to racing after the stage break. As we work our way around. 23 laps on fuel. How many laps are to go in the race? It does not say. We'll probably have to make a green flag pit stop regardless. It would seem to me, anyway. It might not be a bad idea to pit at the end of stage 2, especially if we're in the lead, because it'd be better to pit under a stage caution than pit under the green flag. As we're coming around, we're going to take 1 lap to go. Boink. Presented by NASCAR Heat 2 video game. As we dive down to the inside of Brian Duzat. Lap him, which is completely pointless because he's going to get a lucky dog. And I highly doubt we're going to actually get to Chastain here. Unless I really drive it off the corner. Well, sorry Brian Duzat, I really wanted to put you a lap down, but looks like we're not going to be able to. But we do win a stage, so we get some playoff points, which are always good. Okay, so Gragson, Bell, Crafton, Friesen is the top 5, and nobody is pitting, as they should not be. We've got 37 laps remaining, 20 laps of fuel, so yeah, pitting at the end of stage 2 will be the way to go with this one, as we are about to get the green flag here at Bristol. Leading away, here we go. And the race is back on, and it looks like Gragson's getting a good run to the outside. But we are going to drive nice and easily around the bottom and put Gragson behind us, and now time to build a gap. As we work around 3 and 4 quite well, and already got half a second on Gragson after 1 lap, and half a second at Bristol is like an eternity because of how short the track is. Christopher Bell actually moves up into 2nd place. Remember, he's probably out for revenge at this point because of the way I raced him just a little bit earlier in the race. In fact, to take the lead from him. But at the moment, it's not really mattering because we are just about putting a second on Christopher Bell as we get a really good drive off of turn 2 there and go up to 0.9. Slicing down once again, and now we've got 1.3, so really getting through the corners quite well. And not so well, not so well. A little bit of damage on the side of the truck, but that should be manageable. It's Bristol, baby. It's not an aerodynamic track. So we got 6 laps to go in the stage. Not seeing any lapped traffic yet. Seems like this stage is significantly shorter than the first stage, too, which is interesting. How many laps are in this stage? Well, that's fuel. Only 10, yeah, only 10 laps in this stage, so yeah, significantly shorter of a stage, this one. So yeah, we won't be able to lap trucks in this stage either. We'll have to wait till the last stage to have the dramatic lapping of everybody. If I can find the running order, that would be nice. There we go. Okay, up to 2 seconds between us and third place, 1.5 between us and Bell, but now we're really hammered down. Getting all that clean air, always nice, even just from a psychological standpoint. Oh, that's wall contact once again. So 3 laps to go, and we're already starting to see the back of the field again, but I don't think we will get to them again. So as much as I want to lap trucks, it's not happening in this stage. But we will theoretically get some playoff points, assuming everything goes the way it is going at the moment, as I almost got up into the outside wall there. And now we get into turn 3. Let's run a shorter line, shall we? Or a lower line, I should say. Driving off the corner. Last lap in the stage. You just heard halfway mark in the race. So once we get back to green and stay in the final part of the race, I guess the final stage, if you wanted to call it that, we're definitely going to lap cars in the final stage. How about that? As we cross the line, win the second stage at Bristol, and now it's going to be pit stop time under the yellow. We should be able to make it to the end once that's all completed, done and dusted. As we cycle through the running order, everybody is pitting. So that means we will pit as well. So into the pits we go, and we fall to 19th place. How did that happen? Did everybody just... Okay, so the game has decided to make it hard on me. Fair enough. That's very weird. Did people stay out? I don't think so. Oh, we got a truck in the wall already. Getting the Corbin Forrester there. Please don't come down into me. I freaking called it. I freaking called it. I knew it was going to happen, and it happened to me anyway. There's nothing I can do to prevent it. So we've got 20 laps to go. And now here comes Briscoe to the inside. So suddenly the AI have come to life. Wendell Chavis running 6th at Bristol. Good run for him as Briscoe gets us a little loose there. Now Chavis running the inside, going to make it difficult for me to get around. I guess he's trying to prove me wrong on what I said about Friesen as the only competitive Chevy in the field. As Wendell Chavis having a good run at the moment. As we try to get underneath Cody Coughlin here. That's a very aggressive move. We're going to mess with Texas as well, with Austin Wayne's self. And Hill is going to try to kill me again, as if he didn't do a good enough job the first time. But, okay, so what a weird running order this is, because Noah Gragson is nowhere to be seen anymore. And Christopher Bell is now leading the race, with Crafton, and now we're underneath Infinger, who hasn't really been a factor all day, and apparently isn't a factor now either. And now we've got a yellow. So, weird. A weird race this has been. So we'll restart in the 3rd position, behind Bell and Crafton. I think we should make short work of these guys as we get back to the racing here. And we're underway once again. Up into 4th gear. Dive it down the inside. We've been racing very hard with Christopher Bell, and this time we make a fairly clean pass. It wasn't 100% clean, but that was clean for Bristol as far as I'm concerned. Pass for the lead at Bristol with, 15 laps to go or whatever we have. That's clean enough. Or 12 laps to go. I've screwed up. I've screwed up my counting. Send me back to kindergarten, coach. I'm not ready. As we dive it off into turn 3. Again, it's going to be about gapping Bell here. And hopefully we actually get to work through some lap traffic, because I've been wanting to do that all day. And haven't been able to. It's been so sad. You go to a short track and everybody finishes on the lead lap. Boring. So we get down. That is not going to help my pursuit of the lap cars right there. So we've got Bell looking all over the back of me now. We've got 10 laps to go. So essentially the same length as stage number 2. So we dive it off down into turn number 3. Really gained a lot of ground on Bell there. Crafton has fallen back to 5th for some reason. Not sure why that is. Still not seeing lap trucks. It's so disappointing. I may have saw the back of one there. Not sure. Still got 8 laps to go in the race. And that was me driving pretty poorly through turn number 2 there. Dive it off into the corner. Nice and easy down next to the apron. Almost hitting the NRA sign there. That would have been a mistake. The only thing you don't want to mess with more than than Texas is the NRA. As I hit the NRA sign, uh-oh. Oh dear. I'm in trouble. Alright, here we go. Off at turn 4, and now we're starting to see lap trucks. There's 6 laps to go. Am I going to be able to lap anybody? At least they won't get a lucky dog if I do end up lapping them, so that will be a positive. I'm driving harder to catch the lap trucks than I have been this whole race trying to win the race. Priorities. Priorities. My priorities are absolutely 100% in line, and there is no questioning that. As we get a little bit of apron off of turn 2, dive it off into turn 3. Truck pushing up just a little bit there. Crossing the line, 4 laps to go in the race. Off of turn 2 we go. Ready to send it off down into turn number 3 once again. Right up next to the wall. 3 to go. This is exciting. How many trucks will I lap? Can I lap any trucks? Brian Duzat, who started next to us in mid-pack, is already last. I'm not sure how that happened. As we get into him a little bit. It's 2 laps to go. And we're going crazy. We're going nuts trying to lap cars, or lap trucks. Come on. How many trucks can we lap? I bet we can lap up to Regan Smith because he's running back here for some reason. Under Quaffle, who we had such a struggle to pass at Michigan. Not struggling to pass him here. In behind Clay Greenfield, 1 lap to go. Dive into the inside, lapped up to 28. We're going to have to make a big dive here if we're going to make up any kind of positioning here. Well, there we go. To the inside of Mills, to the inside of Bell. But that is going to be all the trucks we can lap, and Bell almost made it very difficult as we win the race at Bristol. But we lap trucks, and that's all I really care about. So, a win. A pretty dominant win, in fact, because we won all the stages. We won all, we maxed the points out, is what I'm saying, and there's no way we could have scored any more points than we did in this race. That was pretty good. So the winnings, in terms of what we've earned, is probably going to be 50 grand, not too bad. 7 grand for the team payout, but hey, we're up to 1.2 million of money we can't use. And we go up to 6th in the standings with 4 wins, 23 playoff points. Yeah, we're doing okay. So let's head back to the race shop, see if anything else we need to take a look at. That's English, right? I always forget this. Why do I always forget this? It's like the most exciting part of the whole weekend, and yet David forgets he needs to celebrate. There I am in Bristol Victory Lane. Hey, we've been here before, but we haven't been here under the lights. So that's pretty cool. Team very ecstatic because we've gotten them yet another victory. So we did accomplish some goals there, and we've got a message from Ryan Blaney. What does he have to say?
That's 10 wins. Congratulations.
Wow, that was like a vine. I don't even know if that was 2 seconds. Wow, good job. So, we have an Xfinity hot seat at Road America for Junior Motorsports. Poor Elliott Sadler. Well, in the next video, we are going to do a special, exclusive 50% race at Road America. Yes, that's right. 50% race in the Xfinity Series, driving for Junior Motorsports at Road America. That is the next video. Hope to see you there. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube. Leave a like on this video if you're excited to see a 50% race, because that's what we're doing in the next one.